Right, well, I've just made a couple of Android apps that I've loaded onto my phone. They're very simple apps, and they were made using MIT AP Inventor, which is some free software that's available. I'll just show you briefly what they do. First one is called Counter, and basically you just got two buttons, and it just keeps a running total each time you click on the add button. This was basically copied from a YouTube sample that I followed, and the idea was to for using it on the door of a nightclub, so you could keep track of how many people were in the club. So each time someone goes in, you click the button, and someone comes out, you subtract one, so you've got a running total. Hidden away under there's a reset button, so you can start again. That's basically all that one does. Right, the second one is one that I wrote myself. This is a simple fuel cost calculator. It lets you put in your average mile per gallon for your car. Let's say 40 miles per gallon. Fuel price per litre, which is about, I don't know, £1.40 for diesel. And the distance you want to travel, let's say 120 miles, and you press calculate, and it gives you a total cost for your journey, £19.11p, and clear entries button so you can start again. And that's all that one does. So I'll show you now roughly what's involved with the program. Right, well, this is MIT AP Inventor. It's basically a web-based app, but you do have to download a little bit of software. So the first time you run it, you need to go to Learn, which will bring up this screen. Tells you a little bit about MIT AP Inventor, and you need to go to Setup, and then install Appinventor software. You also need Java on your system as well, because parts of it run in Java. So this first screen is basically where you define the components of your application. So you can add buttons. This add one is a button, labels, text boxes, that sort of thing. You can define the parameters of the components. So like for this button, I've added the text add one. Now that's basically one part of the program. The other part of the program is called Blocks Editor, which is the Java program, and this is where you actually define the program, and it's done in a sort of graphical interface. So for example, you would drag across your buttons, which I've called add one and subtract one, and that is the button there, and inside there you define what happens when you click the buttons. So I've basically got a variable called count, and each time I click the add one button, I've set count to count plus one, and set total count, which is the label which displays the result, to total count, and I also play a little sound. And basically the same thing for subtract one, and that's my reset button, which sets the variable count to 0 and displays the value again. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You can set up an emulator to emulate your phone, which I've done, and I've connected to it here. And here is the emulator, and it basically allows you to run the program. And also back in the Appinventor interface, you've got this option here, package for phone, and I choose download to this computer, and that generates the APK file, which you then download to your phone, run it, and it installs the app for you. Simple as that. And that's it.